Hello, today my group will present about IBAZA for Module 3. We will present about the risk and project closure. For the risk is and the comparison of original and revised schedule and budget. For the original schedule, we take 165 days and the revised schedule is 155 days. For the budget, the original is 109,000 and the revised budget is 87,200. For the conceptualized and initialized project, we take 7 days and the revised schedule is 6 days. For the original budget is 10,000 and the revised budget is 8,000. For develop project plan and cutter, the original schedule is 14 days and the revised schedule is 11 days. For the original budget for the develop project plan and cutter is 5,000 and the revised budget is 4,000. For the original schedule for analysis is 14 days and the revised schedule for analysis is 11 days. The original budget for analysis is 8,000 and the revised budget is 6,400. For the original schedule for design, it takes 28 days and the revised schedule is only 26 days. For the original budget is 15,000 and the revised budget is 12,000. For the construction, it takes the original schedule is 56 days and the revised schedule is 50 days. And the original budget for construction is 20,000 and the revised budget is 16,000. For the test, original schedule is 14 days and the revised schedule also 14 days. For the original budget for test is 21,000 and the revised budget is 16,800. For the implementation, the original schedule is 14 days and the revised schedule is 12 days. The original budget for implementation is 10,000 and the revised budget is 8,000. For the closed project, the original schedule is 14 days and the revised schedule is 9 days. For the original budget for closed project is 10,000 and the revised budget is 8,000. For the evaluate project success, the original schedule is 7 days and the revised schedule is 6 days. The original budget for evaluate project success is 10,000 and the revised budget is 8,000.
Hello, I am Husna and I am going to talk about risk identification. As we all know, every project has its own risk. Same goes to our e-Bazaar project. Each phase has its own risk. The first phase is conceptualize and initialize. The risk is miscommunication between client and project developer. The person in charge of this risk is our CEO, Muhammad Nasiruddin bin Taha. To solve this risk, he needs to understand clearly what the client needs and what he expects. To achieve that, he needs to create a proper documentation and then he needs to explain what they had discussed with the other team members. The next phase, which is plan project charter, the risk is in project budgeting and scheduling. This is handled by our data analyst, which is Wong Luyen. The strategy should be implemented in this risk is to decide the resources and time needed for each task. The third phase is execute and control, which is handled by our web developer, which is Muhammad Alif Amirullah bin Zamahri. The risk that could happen in this phase is data mismatch. The database system could mismatch in the process of developing the system whenever changes are made. To solve this risk, he can do that by testing the system each time a new system phase is complete. The fourth phase is close project. The risk that could happen in this phase mainly on documentation, which is final documentation is different from what had done in each phase. The person who needs to make sure project closing is done properly is Muhammad Hamis Nazif bin Mazalan. He needs to document and record each phase in a proper documentation form. The last phase is execute project success, which is handled by our technical lead, Husna Idars Mida binti Abdul Rahmania. The most obvious risk in this phase is when project is failed. There are only two possibilities, which is success and failure. The risk is the failure. What she can do is she needs to ensure every task is done in time by the assigned team members. Other than that, she needs to monitor the project quality, so the project has little to no flaws as possible. That is all. Thank you.
Now I would like to share for the project closure. We have three types of conversion strategy, which is direct cutover, parallel, and phase. The advantage for direct cutover are minimal cost, quick to implement, minimal workload. And the disadvantage are high risk of failure and will be costly if failed. For the parallel, the advantage is implementation is safety. The disadvantage are heavy workload and costly. For the last strategy, which is best, the advantage will be less risk than direct cutover and other operations will not affected. The disadvantage is take time to change over. So in our project, the conversion strategy that will be used is direct cutover because it just changed the work from manual to computerized system. Parallel strategy is not suitable because the previous system, which is manually, is a heavy workload and it does a lot of mistakes. The inventory management system has a lower risk to use, thus fast strategy is not necessary.
So this is our checklist for this project. For number one, business project. For number two, final report and presentation, compiling such as budgeting, implementation, and maintenance. And for number three is organized final meeting and presentation, such as final discussion, project sign off formally. And for number four is administrative conclusion, such as verify all deliverable items, planning the release of all project's resources, and closing project accounts. So this is our project's MOV evaluation. These important things are schedule, cost, quality, stakeholder satisfaction, and performance to business case. So this project, at the end of this project, the cost will need to be within allocated budget within 87,200 ringgit, which is schedule time, which is 145 days. And client and customers satisfactions are our priority for this project success. The numbers of funders and applicants using our system need to be at least over 16% within a year. Thank you.